Hey viewers, what's going on? S4J back again, right? And due to some issues and or tasks that I had to complete in the world of the living, go figure, the real life, I haven't necessarily had time to play Pokemon minigame, like anything to showcase for Pokemon minigame nostalgia. But not to worry, that will be resuming again next week, so stay tuned for that. That'll be most exciting for those who have been waiting for that. So enough of me talking, get straight for the battle. What you doing? As Ash created a tactic in the Pokemon anime known as the Counter Shield technique, I now present the evolution to phasers and pseudo-hazers, otherwise known as phase retaliators. Pay close attention as I will only mention this once during the battle that I'm about to showcase, so look out for it. The main purpose of the phase retaliator is to dish out a finishing blow to an unsuspecting Pokemon on standby using a retaliation move via counter, miracle, or metal burst. A secondary purpose maximizes a further extent of your set entry hazards. In example, player 1 has Skarmory with a counter equipped with the red card hold item, and player 2 commands his Kingdra to use Waterfall. You can of course use counter predicting your opponent to attack since you carry the potential Roar or Whirlwind, or you can actually go ahead and use Roar and the red card will, in example, push Kingdra away and bring out another Pokemon, only to come in and get roared on. Although this use of the phase retaliator isn't preferred, it is ideal once you've maximized your entry hazard potential. This of course isn't for everyone to use, and not everyone can use this, but nevertheless enjoy these examples as well as creative variations of phase retaliators that I hope to see from some of you in the future. Peace and have fun. There you go. Alright, what is happening, YouTubers? S4J back again, bringing you the coolest battles of yesterday and today. And I have what I would like to call the best underused battle that have ever taken place in so far in the 5th gen metagame, right? My opponent's going to go ahead and lead out with the Empoleon as I lead out with my Deoxys Defense. I've never yet to use this, ladies and gentlemen, in the game. And I'm just going to go first, which is much to my surprise because I have no speed investments, none whatsoever. But I guess, you know, since that he is leading Empoleon, I have to expect the same from him. He is going to let us set up his entry hazards as I do the same with my own after hitting this thing with the Nightshade, expecting a switch to try to take advantage of my slow lead. But now he switches out to set up the entry hazards and hitting me with the Hydro Pump. I do actually pack the recover, so his Hydro Pump would be enough to 3-hit KO me, considering that I'm foolish enough not to recover in the secondary Hydro Pump predicted. I am just going to go for the Nightshade again, and unfortunately he switched out to Snorlax, and as you know, Ghost moves don't affect Snorlax. I'm just going to paralyze this thing. I know it's slow already on the slow side, but having a paralysis state might kind of prove beneficial in the later run because he might not be able to pull off a move later on, despite it being already having a slow base power. I am going to get off the recovers and definitely go first since I am paralyzed as well as he is, and it's just going to prove that much harder for him to kill me off with the Snorlax without getting a few curses up. So I have to predict that he's going to want to switch this turn. I think I'm going to stay instead of another secondary layer of spikes in this case, or probably take advantage of my predicted switch on his case. So I'm actually going to switch out into Blastoise, and he's just going to switch out into his Espeon to try to take advantage of my Deoxys' only offensive move being Nightshade. He is definitely going to go for the Psychic, right? And this is a custom-made Blastoise. Check this move out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm carrying the red card, right? And I'm just going to go for the Miracle and finish this Empoleon off. And this kind of set, I have used it before. It was inspired by my the Skarmory set with the counter and the red coat. And I would like to call this kind of set of phase retaliation, in the case that I would have the item called the red card, and I could do counter Miracle onto something else unexpected. It's kind of a fun set, and it really works. It's pulled off properly. But I am unfortunately gonna target the Empoleon, which is like I did not want to target something. I'm like hit anything else. I'm like hit that Espeon or something like that. But unfortunately for me, I am able to you know, take out the Empoleon, but not before he comes in with his Rotom. I was predicting him to do another move, but he goes for the Volt Switch again and finishes off my Blastoise, being that my Blastoise doesn't have the leftovers to recover the Volt Switch in this case. Not even saying that Volt Switch, he wouldn't even survive the Volt Switch. What am I even talking about? He's not even survive the Volt Switch, even with the 6% that he would gain with the leftovers. But anyway, to catch up to my video, he is up with his Golok, I think that's what that thing is called, predicting me to go for the Rapid Spin, which I indeed do have since I have the Staraptor, and something else I can't remember at the moment that deletes the Stealth Rock. So I'm like, I have to have a spinner, and especially since my Staraptor happens to be banded. In this case, this battle took place before Staraptor unfortunately got banned to I think that's the borderline tier. This was an underused battle in the case that Staraptor was still valuable in the game, the underused meta game. So I'm just going to switch into my Porygon 2, knowing full well that Porygon 2 has the Evilite, and I'm like, if this thing is even specs, I can take this thing, you know, just barely, but I'll be able to survive this thing and probably get off another recover or something like that. Maybe not on the same turn, but get off for a recover. But unfortunately for me, he is going to get the unfortunate crit and finish off my Porygon 2 in the same turn. So now that he's -2, I'm thinking that he might be kind of choice or specs in some kind of manner. I've not necessarily seen the leftovers, but then again, he does have full HP despite me having the entry hazards in, because I've yet to set up SR of my own. So I can't necessarily tell if it's leftovers or something like that, and it's very important for me to find that out. Me predicting a switch to something other than Snorlax, me forgetting that he has Snorlax, I stayed with the Zapdos. So I'm like, wait, this dude has Snorlax, so I would have actually went for the double switch. But I'm just gonna go for the Hidden Power Ice, I believe that's what that is, and he's gonna go for the Body Slam on my Donphan. Fortunately for me actually, he's not gonna get the 30% paralysis rate with the Body Slam, which is gonna prove a little bit helpful, I guess. I definitely don't want to be missing my moves or anything like that. And I'm like, okay, he's gonna probably try to go for this thing as Death Rider to see what I'm gonna lock myself into or do whatever. But in this case, I do try to take advantage. I'm like, go for the Rapid Spin, but I'm not able to spin off the entry hazard that he set up early game. As of yet, I wish his Empoleon was still alive. Actually, I would have taken a little bit more advantage of his being alive, which is why I wish the miracle that happened early on in the game would have hit something else. So he's gonna predict the switch, and for some reason I'm like, whoa, my Donphan could have definitely lived the Psychic, but the reason that I actually switched primarily was because of the Hypnotop. I was afraid that the Hypnotop might have Sucker Punch, in the case that Hypnotop can definitely spin off my entry hazards, and Donphan could prove more of a match to Hypnotop than anything else that I have on my team at the moment, being that my Deoxys defense lacks Psychic. So he's just gonna go for, I think, Calm Mind. In this case, I go for Rest. I definitely did predict the Psychic, him trying to finish me off, being that he is kind of mediocre where HP is concerned. So even if he did Calm Mind, in the case that I did have Thunderbolt, it would have been definitely two-hit kill, especially since he had the Life Orb. He was packing the Life Orb, right? Thanks to his Calm Mind, he's gonna do a lot of damage. I'm just gonna get a Sleep Torch, try to go for the Thunder Urn. Unfortunately for me, I do get the rest, and that is going to prove fatal to me. But on the bright side, if you look at the bright side, he did lose 20%. But what a time for me to get rest with the Sleep Torch. So my Zapdos bites the dust, and now I'm just gonna have to reveal that my Staraptor is choice banded, being that why would I have a Scarf Staraptor with Quick Attack? Well, in the case that I actually did save one with Quick Attack just to try to throw somebody off that I wasn't choice banded, but at the same time it proved a little bit kind of productive because I lacklustered the power to finish off something that was really important and ended up losing that game as well. And so he's gonna bring in the Hypnotop, get off Intimidated as I'm locked into Quick Attack here, right? I'm just gonna go into my, I can't even say that really. Yeah, kids watching my my video don't even know why I nickname some of these things. I do nickname some of my pokes as. But he is gonna go for the close combat. I'm like, please stay in, do not go to Rotom for some rare reason. And he stays in. I guess me thinking that he didn't want to reveal what kind of Rotom he was, because that was very, very important in the game, as you might see. If he was leftovers, you know, or if he was Scarfed or something like that, that is very, very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. If he was like leftovers or something like that, I could bring the store out there and finish that thing off with a choice band and double edge. But he wants to bring in his Snorlax now, and takes the Self Rock and the Spikes, and I have to hope that the paralysis, see, this is where the paralysis plays a little bit of a significance, because even in the case that Snorlax is definitely slower, being that I do have the 30% chance of it being fully paralyzed, I can finish this thing off with a 2-hit KO as opposed to finishing off with a 1-hit KO. But unfortunately for me, he is definitely going to get off a move, and that is going to be good game because his Rotom is Scarfed, and it doesn't matter what I lock myself into at this point, he is was definitely gonna go for the one-hit KO with Rotom with an electric move. So guys, definitely check out the rest of my videos. That was definitely a great battle. Viewers, do not forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and continue to enjoy the rest of my videos. I'll see you guys in the near future. Peace.